Well, a very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Grieve. I'll be taking us through the proceedings here today. Assisting in the crowd, the marketing agent. Many of you would have had the pleasure of meeting Hughesdale's #1 agent, Jin Ling, Jerry Setiardi and company director, Matt Helston. Together we're representing Ray White estate agents, auctioneers and property managers of 77 Kunang Road in Carnegie. On behalf of the team at Ray White Carnegie, but more importantly, on behalf of our vendors here today, I'd just like to say a very quick thank you to you all for your attendance, and to any of the interested buyers here today, all the very best of luck with your bidding. Now, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer I can indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits any major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it does provide fines for this conduct. The rules do permit vendor bids, and the words we'll use during the auction to indicate we're making a bid on behalf of the vendor will very simply be vendor bid. And of course, by law, only I as the auctioneer today have the right to place that bid on behalf of the vendor. Attached to the contract of sale is the section 32. This has been on display for the last half an hour or so, and if you have taken the time to read through it, you'll see it does confirm that Ray White, as the vendor's estate agent here today, is selling what is formally described as Lot 141 on Plan of Subdivision 006430, which is of course more commonly known to yourself and I as number 9 Moorookyle Avenue here in Hughesdale. In a moment's time, when I do call for your bidding, we'll be asking for a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price, of which we'll get a down payment, maybe $5,000 or $10,000 today, and the balance of that 10% will be paid on the next business day. Preferential settlement terms, fairly flexible, up to 90 days. Love a short settlement if we could, but obviously with December 25th looming, we understand that it may need to go into the new year, so that's perfectly fine as well. But flexible up to 90 days, if that gives you some confidence here to bid on that slightly longer settlement, that's perfectly fine as well. Now, if you are a first-time auction attendee, to place a bid, it's very simple. You can shout out your bid in a nice clear voice, and nod of the head's fine. You can put your hand in the air, or alternatively, you can seek assistance from one of the agents that'll be floating around in the crowd. Welcome Andrew Prekop as well. He'll be here to assist with any questions or to help with any bidding that you might wish to do here today. The way that I'll be selling the property is by calling it down 3 times. On the first, second, third, and final call, when the contract hits my hand, like so, the property will be sold. And at that point, buyers, no late bids can or will be accepted. So it's really important to make sure you get that bid in before the contract hits my hand. Now, as is always the case with the public auction in Victoria, if we do happen to fall short of the vendor's reserve price, let me just remind you it'll be the highest bidder, and the highest bidder only, that'll get invited inside to exclusively negotiate and almost certainly buy this property in just a few moments' time. And I say certainly because we know that over the last decade, in excess of 80% of the times that we've passed in a property on a genuine bid, it's gone on to sell to the highest bidder post-auction. So don't let the strategy be to sit back and wait and see what happens. Get your hand in the air and make sure you've got the highest bid at the end of the auction, irrespective of whether or not the property has been declared on the market. And folks, when opportunity beckons, there is no reason not to be getting excited. There's no reason not to be getting your hands in the air. 755 square metres, north-facing backyard. I don't even think I need to say any more. I could stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a land allotment that's bigger than your average, and it's got the most desirable aspect you can get. We know that homes on a north-facing backyard always tend to sell for a premium, and having that large allotment of land as well is absolutely exceptional. Completely original. It's a bit of a time warp in there. It looks, I was just walking through and it looks like the hot water service and the safe. These things belong in a museum. The property is absolutely pristine. Obviously it'd need a little bit of work if you're looking at leasing the property out or moving into it, but it's neat and tidy. It's a good platform to start from. If you're looking at doing a renovation and starting to get it all beautiful again, we've seen in the area, still in this market, the power of what those fully renovated homes can demand. We know that when some people aren't looking at going through the process of a new build, if you buy something like this and you can do a clever renovation and bring it back to something that would suit a new home buyer or a fully renovated home, we know how easy those properties are to sell in the current climate at the moment. So I think that's what you need to be looking at this opportunity as, ladies and gentlemen. Just that, an opportunity to add value, to bring it back to its former glory, and to find a new family that's going to be willing to pay a premium price for it. As you walk around the block, it's a nice tranquil tree setting in the backyard. You've got, I don't know what you call it, a weather station, perhaps, I'm not sure. It'd make Daryl Kerrigan proud, I'm sure, anyway. But there's a range of different opportunities with the block here, ladies and gentlemen. Nice wide frontage, beautiful tree-lined street, nice and peaceful down here. You're close to Hughesdale Primary School. You're close to parks and shops and schools. Not too far away from Chadstone Shopping Centre, Hughesdale Station just down the road. It really is a fantastic location, and we know that it's these streets through here that tend to be the family-centred environment of Hughesdale. When you go to maybe Murrumbeena or Carnegie, which is Glen Ira, they've been much more aggressive with the development schedule, whereas Monash has been much more subdued. So we know that when we come down these streets, you're getting all these beautiful single dwellings and renovated homes, and it really does feel like the area did some 20 odd years ago. It's a great pocket to be buying into and a great opportunity for one lucky buyer here today, ladies and gentlemen. So we won't ramble on too long. We'll put it across to you now. Number 9 Moorookyle Avenue in Hughesdale. In your hands, buyers, for a fair, reasonable start. Who'd like to bid us away here today?
Start here at 960.
960, welcome to the bidding and best of luck to you there. 960,000 the bid. We'll call for a rise of 20 from there if we can. At $960,000 the bid now, do we say 980 buyers? 960, I'm fairly bid and offered. Do we go to 980 now? 960 the bid. I'm going to call that down 3 times for you all buyers. 960 the bid. Do we say 980 now? At $960,000, fairly bid and offered on my right here. First call now, 960 the bid. Surely not buyers. Do we go to 980? Second call, $960,000 the bid.
1.2.
1.2. Nice strong bid for you there, sir. At $1.2 million. To the pointy end of the auction, Jin, I'll get your instructions there. At 1.2 the bid. At $1,200,000. We're on the market and selling, buyers. At 1.2 the bid. How about I invite you in for a 10, sir? At $1.2 million I've got. At $1,200,000 the bid now. On the market and selling. Won't be referring the bid, buyers. Make no doubt about that. $1.2 million a bid. Do we say 10 from here? At $1,210,000. Welcome to you. Best of luck. At 210 the bid. Do we go 20? $1,200,000. I'll hold it just for one moment. At $1,210,000, do we say 20 over here? At $1,210,000? 1 million.
1250.
1250. Love the competitive spirit there. Do we go to 260? 250 the bid now. 1.25 the bid on my right. At $1,250,000. Should get this gentleman at every one of our auctions. At $1,250,000 the bid. Do we say 60? $1,250,000 the bid. Happy to take a 5 if it helps over there, Matt. At $1,250,000 the bid now. At 1.25 I've got. Where do we go from here, buyers? 60. Welcome back to you there at 1.26. What do you say, sir? 2 million? 1.26 the bid. Worth a try. At 1,260,000 the bid over here. At 1.26 the bid, do we come in for a 10? 10? 70. 70 the bid. 80, ma'am? 70 the bid. At 127 over here. At 1.27 the bid, do we say 280 now? 1,270,000 the bid over here on my right. At $1.27 million, I'm fairly bid and offered. 280 if you'd like to go. At $1,270,000 the bid now. Looking for a rise of 10 at 1.27 the bid here. At $1,270,000 the bid. Call it down 3 times at 1.27. First time now, 1.27 the bid. Second time, 1.27. Third call now, at 1.27 the bid. 80. Welcome to the bidding, sir. Best of luck to you there at 1.28. I'll let you nominate your rise there, sir. 1,280,000 the bid. Where do we go from here? At 1.28 on bid. Fairly bid and offered. 1,280,000. 3 of you in it now. 4 of you in it, I should say. 1,280 the bid there. Won't be referring the bid on the market and selling today, buyers, at 1,280,000. 1.3. $1.3 million the bid. Do we say 310? $1,300,000 on bid. Do we go straight back to 310 now? At $1.3 million on bid on the right. 1,300,000 even. Do we go to 310, buyers? 1.3 the bid now. Call it down 3 times at $1.3 million the bid. First call now, $1.3 million on bid. Second call now, $1.3 million. Third call now, 310. Welcome back, 310. 320. 30. 30 I've got. 40. 30. 1,330,000. Bid remains across the road here at $1,330,000 a bid. At 1.33 the bid now. We'll call it down 3 times. 1,330,000 on bid. First time now, $1,330,000. The gentleman across the road at the moment. Second time, $1,330,000. Third call, hit 1.33 the bid. If you're leaving your run to the last minute, folks, now's the time to speak, because in a moment's time, we knock the property down to the highest bidder at $1,330,000 the bid. Do we go 40 over here, Jin? I'll give you a moment to speak to them at 1,330 the bid now. Happy to take a rise at 10. Last opportunity for you, out of respect to the highest bidder across the road here at $1,330,000 the bid. Against the gentleman over here, 40 I've got. 50, 40 I've got. 340 the bid on the right. 50 is the raise of the hand there at 1,350. Straight back at you now, 1,350,000 across the road. Against you there, Jin, at 1.35 the bid. At $1,350,000 on bid. Call it down 3 times at 1.35 the bid. First time now, 1,350,000. Second time, 1,350,000. Third call now, at 1.35 the bid. All done, all silent, at 1.35 the bid. Out today. Thank you very much for your attendance, sir, at 1,350,000. We definitely out across the road over here as well. Definitely out, thank you, at 135 the bid. Haven't forgotten you either, sir. Are we done? Thank you very much. 135 the bid. There you have it, buyers. On the third and final call we sell. If you're waiting until the last minute, I'm going to need to know, because on the third call, the property will sell across the road at $1.35 million. Fairly bid and offered. First call now, 1,350,000. Second time, 1.35. Third call now, 1,350,000 the bid. Do we try 5 over here? On the market and selling, buyers. We are selling, sold. Congratulations to the highest bidder. Commiserations to our underbidders here today. Thank you all very much for your attendance. Have a great day.